nation calls on you, you got to leave everything. It's like them no listen to this Atamasagana. It's like them no remember when Jaja send the manna. Who free up Daniel, free up Lot and save Jonah. And the same man feel for the future. Some can't wait them blind the gate and get shoot ya. God knows this not based on untruth ya. Praise Jah good and reap Jah good fruit ya. Revelation, Genesis, Numbers and Esther. Hey, something is wrong with man. Oh, I just can't understand. Building their house on sinking sand. Jah gonna take everything. But sometimes I don't know what to do. To some people I can't get through. When your nation calls on you, you got to leave everything. Well, stand there, observe them practice. Nuclear, devious tactics. Rasta tell them say to the...
All right now, good looking people, how are you feeling today? Blessed afternoon to each and every one of you. How you guys doing? Good afternoon to Kevin Williams, to Tracy Graves, to Al. How you doing? Hope you guys are having an awesome day today. Right now, those numbers looking pretty all right on YouTube. Let me say top of the afternoon to my Facebookers on the inside. I'm talking about Paula Goodrich Trim, Dollar Seeley, Richard Martin. Good afternoon to Gaylan Jackson. Gaylan is locking us down from Canada. How you doing, Queen? Good afternoon to Maria Lyons, Mr. Bagel, Christine Edward Faru, the entire crew. Top of the afternoon to you guys. I say the real raga is on the inside. What's up, lover, Yvette, David, Lorna, Woodley. How you doing, Woodley? Doreen, Pear, and the crew. Oh, just send them numbers out of control. Now let me get the people on the live. How you doing, Angela? And Lace, Peter, Ken, Beirut Live, Lennox, Shirley, Quarterless, and the entire crew. Joanne B. Thomas, how are you? Paula Goodrich, Lucreta Lynch. Listen, I even want to say good afternoon to the haters on the live. You know, we just have a section that is just coming to hate, like Jordan, Steve, and them. I'm talking about the haters and all on the inside right now. We just make room for all here because we just look to get the little numbers on the live and thing. Just have some behavior on the inside, though. That's all we ask all you to do. So, Kenrick John and Diane Payne, those of you, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good to the afternoon. How are you doing today? So much is happening in Trinidad and Tobago. Talk of the tongue again for yet another day is the crime situation that's out of control. All right, information reaching us today that TV host of Breaking Dawn, is that the name of it? Forgive me, I've never seen the show. But you know the one I'm talking about, Stephon Rees. We understand that he was the victim of crime last evening. And of course, from the information in the public domain, is that he was held up at gunpoint. And his vehicle, along with other items, were taken from him. You know, and it's just a grim reminder that these criminal elements, they're out there. And they are a respecter of no one. Somebody tell me, yeah, it's Breaking Dawn. Well, all right, that was good because I almost said the other breaking. So, yeah, I was on the ball. I was right. And TNT still trying to deal with the crime situation and also the Prime Minister telling us at the last press conference about the national plan of action to address the state of crime in the country. The PM said the action plan will be driven by the public health approach. Now, a lot of people was trying to figure out what the Prime Minister mean with that? How can you fight crime with a public health approach? Persons have a few ideas. Some people saying maybe he's going to lock down the country again. This time it would be because of the crime. Who knows what the tactics for fighting crime may be? But one can't deny the criminal elements. They having a field day. They having a field day. And we have to find a way to deal with crime. Now, this is a topic we always touch on, we always talk about, and I quite frankly, we've been saying the same things over and over again. We're starting to sound like a damn broken record on the airwaves. Yeah, we sounding like a broken record. We need to take the battle to the criminal elements. Ain't no pet and powder talk with them. But persons are saying, how do we address that situation now that police officers are before the court? Now the criminals have found a loophole to address the crime situation in their favor, because if the police acts out of character, the PCA is on the police's back. So how could we take the gangsters to war when the public war against the police? Now, guys, I said this yesterday afternoon and I'm going to repeat. We have found ourselves in a very ticklish situation as a nation, because not only are we dealing with the criminal elements, we're dealing with rogue police officers. So while there are law-abiding ones that are going out there and doing their best, there are some that taking the law into their own hands. And if our solution to crime is killing innocent people, then we have to go back to the drawing board. But there is a state of lawlessness in this country. How do we address it? Now, another quarters of the society is saying, well, give us guns. Look what happened when bandits was confronted by a law-abiding, gun-toting citizen a few days ago. He was able to defend himself while shooting two of the bandits, saving his and possibly his family's life. But then we're hearing that when we tried that approach under former Commissioner of Police Gary Griffith, we have a very disturbing report that will be treated with. That this firearm thing got out of control. It got wild. That's what we're being told. So then we're saying, okay, we're going to give citizens permits to have pepper spray. Get them the pepper spray and allow them to defend themselves. But then some saying, let's be real. Them bandits approaching you with AK-47 and AR-15 and you gave me a pepper spray. By the time I pull the cover of the pepper spray, I have 16 bullets in me. What use is pepper spray? So literally, people, we back to square one. We are at the mercy of the criminals. I have heard in some quarters today that some police officers are playing it safe, they're playing it cautious. I just telling all what the hell I hear. Or they could take the information or don't take it. But some of them saying that they're playing it safe. Them go show up after the fact because they don't want nobody say they do what they ain't do. I have some police friends who call me today. They say, Queen, I talk. We know you like to talk, so we gain your thing to go and talk. Just let the public know we on a go slow. And I had to ask the officer, what does being on a go slow means? What that mean? He said, I am taking my time to respond to crime. Because I had to sit down and watch my colleagues, some of them who never, ever, ever had a bad report. Before the court now, 19 and 11 years service for one unfortunate incident. So all you tackle with the gunmen out there. Because when the police do, all you do is block the road. Yes, you, Aisha, was I telling this policeman, give me good today. He say, you, Queen of Talk, who love to talk. All you deal with them gunmen and them, because all you and all them gunmen and them just befriend when all you ready to block the road. Man, this man put me in my place, but it's a good thing. Isaac Gill just take talk. I could take my talk because I like to give talk. So when I had to talk, I don't want nobody vex with me, so I take talk. He say, when them criminals on the beat, you just run down there to report. Well, go and report this. We drinking water and mining we business. He asked me to play this song for him. Let me say good afternoon to all the officers that's locked on and listening to us now from the IATF. Let me just get them it quickly because yeah, they locked on and listening.
People, man, are looking for house and land. Who me? I don't watch people things. I's a queen, I have my own king. Some of them just talk the most, like they know it all. Ask them how they get their Gucci bus. I go drink water.
So if the police is now saying that they intend to drink water and mind their business, what the hell are we going to do? No. Hold up. We really need to rethink this situation here. We really need to rethink this situation here. Right? And I see people asking me to name the officer. I cannot betray the officer's trust because he right to speak his mind. I can't vex for the man for speaking his mind. I just talk mine. And I's not no informer. So if the man wants the public to know that he intends to drink water and mind his business, he's within his right. But if we have police officers now drinking water and minding their business, who going and defend we from the criminal elements out there? No, we need to rethink this thing. Is it that we have to have a parallel police service working with the police service? Is it that we need to bring in the army, but then the army is trained to be more brutal than the police? They don't have any, public relations training. So we might end up with more problems if we have the army in charge. Look, let's figure this thing out very quickly. Numbers to call, 342-0081. 342-0081. 771-1791-466-929. And Nayabo Isaac, that is you. You're free to be upset with me. But it is not my responsibility to keep it to myself. If I had to talk to somebody about what the police tell me, it will be the police commissioner, not you. So if you sit down here waiting for me to give information to you about what the man tell me, then you got to contact Jacob. Because the only person I intend to answer questions to about that officer is by Jacob. Caller, you live?
You hearing me?
Loud and clear.
Are you hearing me?
Loud and clear.
I'm not hearing you. Something wrong with the line.
All right, well, call me back.
Hello?
Because I hear you loud and clear.
Hello?
All right, feel free to call me back now because I was hearing you loud and clear. We have a police officer on the land. Anson Mark say he drinking water and minding his business. I tell you, this. I just given already message. Don't vex with me. Don't vex with me. Caller, you live?
I sure will. You hearing me now?
How you doing, darling? You good?
All right, good. I sure will. The reason why this is now going to become so out of handed is as a result of not understanding a bigger picture. Let me explain something to you. If you try to weaponize any organization or any environment, especially in a place like Trinidad and Tobago, we are a very, very special kind of people and a nation. We're not like the US and these places, Andy. This is the only country where you have thousands of people come out and they party, and historically, you do not have any kind of war and violence going on. These officers, they are very special kind of people. They belong to a special set of people. And they're not supposed to copycat the way that law enforcement is carried out in other countries. So let me get to the point. If you have any environment where you try to focus on security, you will sacrifice liberty. I've said already, if you have maximum security prison, everybody in the confines of that, their liberty gets curtailed. You have to understand in this kind of environment that liberty is the bigger and higher, better standard. When this country operated in a kind of way where police officers were not weaponized as much as they were, we had less officers and less civilians getting killed. Ever since them two foreign fellas came to this country, they weaponized the organization in a very different kind of way. And since then, if you add up in totality how many civilians got killed and how many officers shot officers and how many officers
Caller, I hear
shot
you.
civilians.
1 minute.
Yes.
How do we, if what you're saying is true, how do
What?
we reverse those effects and get the police to once again work with the public to war the criminals?
Very well. You can create a special unit of officers. You don't have to run down criminals anymore like you used to have to do it before. There is enough technology to find people when you need to find them and deal with them. So, listen, it's not even 5,000 bad boys you have in the country, really and truly. And so, you can deal with all of these people very easily. You have a special unit, and when you figure that they're offending, you deal with them. But officer presence, officers walking the beat, officers being on the ground in the community will always stem crime. Always do it. But if you continue to weaponize, and let me just say something about men, and all of us as boys who grow up, we have this kind of wish to be an officer and to carry guns. But soon after you start to interfere with guns and have guns, you will realize that your own liberty is at risk. And that is what happened to these 7 or so officers. Their liberty now has been interfered with. And let me tell you something, when you're a Trini man in this beautiful country, one of the things you want to be able to do is to be able to move free and fair and free from all fear. I hope you all understand that when you focus on creating maximum security, you interfere with something that is very, very much important in the watchwords. In the United States of America, it says that they're going to pursue life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It did not talk about life, security, and the pursuit of happiness. And anybody who will sacrifice liberty for security deserves neither. Pay close attention. It's a very tall point, and it will go over the head of those who are not focusing on what is going on. You weaponize this country, and you allow the little boys who become men to dress up as though they battle men and they go into war, and it will get worse for everybody.
Okay, so if I'm to follow you, are you saying that we need to take a subtle and not intimidatory approach to how the officers carry about their duties? Like you see how in London, they dress very simple, they carry batters, no big heavy gun, no, army color machinery, nothing like that. Is that what you're saying?
And that is exactly the point. And here
but
is
I mean, you can't still no fear in criminal if the police service carrying batter.
My dear, the United Kingdom is the colonial masters, and we are still colonized, and we are escaping some of the mighty precious values of how you keep that society in order, because what we see now is that our own brothers, and I want you to understand something, right? The black people, right? The Indian, but the black people, all of we black, are the people who are now going to get all locked up while they have been the law enforcement. They have to be careful that they do not fall on their own sword or that their own dog turn around and bite them.
All right, listen to me off here, caller, because I'm trying to follow you here and you kind of get me a little off guard. Caller, the criminals toting AR-15s, AK-47s. You know, they have Uzi and all kind of bazooka and all kind of bacchanal. And you're telling us that we militarize the police service enough, that we need to get back to the community type policing, put them police with baton and torchlight, not guns. And let's go back to those days. But caller, you listening to yourself? How is the criminal element supposed to be fearful of police carrying baton? We don't have a culture of persons that don't attack police. We have people who do. We have people who do. The UK, if you want to compare our citizens to people in the UK, then you're sadly mistaken. Because the type of technology they have in the United Kingdom, people think twice to do crimes. Because there is CCTV camera on every corner and they catch their detection rate is high. Gun crimes, people go away for life. So while I hear you, the people in the UK is comfortable with police carrying baton because it's a different type of population and their detection rate is differently. But we're dealing with here, what's the detection rate? About 30%? Violent criminals on the loose, running around with guns. And a hasty population. We are known to be hasty people. Are we going and tell police to walk around with baton while them running around with gun? Well, nah. I not seeing that happening, caller. Next. Caller, you live?
Yeah, sir.
Talk to me, sir. Talk to me.
Yeah, sir. Just how it have young boys toting AR-15, right? We have to remember it have young police in the service. And somehow give and take, they could be pushing the same mentality. And we have to understand, the police officers and them have to understand too, is a blow to the body that they have to rise to the occasion. They can't just be doing things how they would have do it last time. They have to beef up now. Because it have more blows coming. You know, what happened now is not the first time and the last time it will happen. Very near and shortly it have more to come. You know, so I think they should sort of...
Do you agree with the last caller that we militarize the police service? We had them like a little military and now they're acting militant. Do you agree with him that we need to get back to the community type police settings?
No, I said third man, and I believe in an international working space where you work professional.
Okay.
You work among your peers professional, right? So when you go to do the policeman work, you know what the work entails, so you have to be professional to be called a professional.
Right.
Right? So it's just we started stop thinking like ants, a set of ants on one leaf. You know, we have to broaden our minds, and the police service have to do better than that in Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay.
That's why I had to say.
Thank you so much. Every line is lit. I have 2 minutes before the break. Let me take this last call, and when we come back, we're going to play some voice notes. Caller, you live?
Hello?
Yes, caller, I can hear you loud and clear.
Hello? Oh, yeah, yeah. Aisha, sorry about that, but now you're in here. Aisha, listen now. You know, I don't know, but we want to go back in time. You know what they say, building the stable after the horse run away?
Talk to me.
And this is what we're trying to, you cannot do that. And to give a little insight on what maybe the Prime Minister is alluding to, is seeing that we have now come out of a pandemic, a health emergency. And we notice how it was treated. They mobilized the necessary people within the agency in the health sector. All people were mobilized. Things was adjusted and changed to suit the issue, to deal with the problem. And everything was done in its certain categories. So, you know, you had people who was very sick, had to go in one location. Those who were mildly sick had to go in a different location. And so they mobilized.
Do me a favor. Call me back after the break. I get your point, but we have a few seconds before the ads come on. We're going to take that break and come back. Interesting topic. A lot of you trying to get in. We're going to take some voice notes and calls when we return. But I don't think giving the police them battle will help us. Better we put them back in short pants. We're going to go for a break. We'll be right back.
Drink water and mind my business. Mind my business. Drink water and mind my business. I go drink water and mind.
It's turn
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Every Friday, it's all about Fire Mood Soca Fridays with MC Duke and Selector Kochi from 6 straight to 9 p.m. blazing all the latest and past soca hits. So remember, make it a line, make it a day, rock and come in, you know. It's all about Fire Mood Soca Fridays on the Street 919 FM. Don't know.
Join the winning team with Pastor Alkaline John every Monday from 10:05 a.m. to 11 a.m. and every Wednesday evening from 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. live on the Street 919 FM as he talks about Lviv, the power of 5 fruits, one of the most powerful antioxidant supplements on the market today. The 5 superfruits in Lviv are mangosteen, acai, pomegranate, gogi, and nuni. These fruits have a positive and profound impact on human health, performance, and disease. Listen to Pastor Alkaline John every Tuesday at 9:05 a.m. and Wednesday at 7 p.m. on the Street 919 FM as he gives live testimonials of the Lviv healing powers. To get more information, you can contact Pastor Alkaline John at 516-286-7079, 516-286-7079, or you can visit his webpage at www.alkalinejohn.com.
Hot Off the Press presents Aisha Wells' birthday bash. Come celebrate with Aisha on board the Embassy on August 13th. Boarding at the Hyatt Waterfront from 6:30 p.m. sharp. Featuring an all-star DJ cast. We're going to have a good time celebrating with Aisha.
You're on board. We're talking about my birthday bash.
For tickets and more information, call Robert at 333-2181. Ulu at 730-3665.
It's my birthday. That's what we're talking about. Happy birthday to you.
In Trinidad and Tobago, there are so many things to talk about. Social issues, injustice, child abuse, domestic violence, political scandals, and much more. On HOTP, we will cover all that and much more. Don't forget, you can catch us every Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday nights from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Facebook and Instagram. Hot Off the Press. Hot topics, no filter.
You are invited to join Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center, located at number 399 Eastern Main Road, Guayco in Sangre Grande, for the old-time gospel hour all-night prayer. This and every Friday evening on the Street 919 FM from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. Designed with you in mind, this program deals with today's issues from a biblical perspective. You will also be given the opportunity to call in and interact with us. Micah 6:8 says, He hath showed thee, O man, what is good and what doeth the Lord require of thee, but to justly and to love mercy and walk humbly with thy God. Your financial support through the First Citizens Bank will be greatly appreciated. Account number 795222. For further information, call 753-1113 or email us at church668hope@gmail.com.
Renting a car in Tobago should be quick, affordable, and easy.
Wow.
Here at Onia Rentals, we make the process as simple as possible by using our easy e-sign-up. Yep, we can sign you up from just about anywhere using our tablets. See? All done. And everything goes straight into the cloud. Yeah, you're on your way. Are you coming to Tobago? Book your car rental with us and enjoy the most affordable rates in Tobago. But hurry, because cars go pretty fast. Call 361-1042. That's 361-1042. One more time, 361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals, Tobago, taking you further.
Tune into the Street 91.9 FM
every Sunday from 10:05 a.m. to 11 a.m.
for the Repairing of the Breach radio program with me, Bishop Showinau Thomas.
The scripture says, and they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places.
Thou shalt raise up the foundation of many generations, and thou shalt be called the repairers of the breach, the restorers of the paths to dwell in.
Don't miss it. Repairing the Breach radio program with Bishop Sherwin R. Thomas on the Street 919 FM every Sunday from 10:05 a.m. to 11 a.m. Tune in to the Street 919 FM every Thursday from 10:05 a.m. to 10:20 a.m. for the program Straight and Narrow, The Way of Life, The Health Store, being brought to you by Mrs. Arlene Collins Mohammed. For more information, check us out on Facebook or Instagram at Straight and Narrow, or visit our website at www.opulence.com/Arlene for Life. You can also call or WhatsApp at 309-4697 or 620-9379.
Hi, I'm Valentine Garcia.
And I'm Nikki Garcia.
Please join us on the Final Hour broadcast every Thursday at 9 a.m. on the Street 919 FM radio.
Every week we will journey into the amazing Word of God. So please join us.
See you then.
Good, I'm looking like it real bad.
Are you ready for that boat experience again? The Sea Champion and the Embassy say book with us for that unforgettable boat ride experience. Sea Champion leaving from King's Wharf, San Fernando, and the Embassy leaving from Breakfast Shed, Port of Spain, or Westside Trinidad. For more information, call 399-5959 to 814723 or email us at coralvisiontT@gmail.com. Book now and reserve your cruise.
Hey, that boat, I look like it's on
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
But somebody promising more police car. Somebody going to take the country far. Somebody putting all the bandits away.
you so much for staying with us, guys. Thank you so much for staying with us as we continue to have our discussion. You need to get on Facebook and YouTube Live if you don't know what police in short pants look like. So when I went for the break, people say, what Aisha talking about? Police used to wear short pants? Quite frankly, I have never seen a police officer in short pants in my entire life. I was born in the era where they were wearing long pants. But if you, like me, were born in that era and you want to know what a police officer wearing a short pants look like, you need to get on the live in 5 seconds. Because I am about to show you what they were looking like back in the day. Yeah. I had to message my great-great-great-grandmother to get this picture. Just kidding. I just used Google. And I found police officers in short pants. Me a lie. Somehow I didn't think we could get them young boy police and them to wear this stuff. This is what our officers looked like back in when? 1960? They used to wear short pants back then? When they stopped wearing short pants? Maybe some of you guys who are old enough to remember could tell me. I was born when they was wearing long pants. Me ain't never see a police in a short pants. But yeah, this is how they used to look. With a nice little stick, that homeboy where we go back to stick, and short pants. He said, get them more like community police. Put them back where they battle. This is how they used to look. What somebody father now boy, with his nice little sailor shorts, and he tall socks, and he is protecting and saving them young boy police not wearing that. Tobago girls say they were wearing short pants in the 1980s. Really? If you agree with Tobago girl, let me know if they were wearing short pants in 1980. I don't have any recollection. They say somebody, Randolph Coffee says they stopped wearing it in 1974. So it wasn't the 1980s Tobago girl. It was 1974. If all you think I done, there are some more pictures all here. I tell all you, I use Google today. Not Pastor Google, Google. Look them here, look them here. I bet all you don't know which officer is this all you see it on all your screen right now. This very handsome police officer, to my right, might be your left, is Kenny J. Well, you see Kenny J? Kenny J and he match. In the short pants, the tall socks, and the shirt. If we're going back to the old time days, we're going all the way back. Somebody saying they stopped wearing short pants in 93. Are you kidding me? 93 was just the other day they was wearing short pants in 93? Look them there. Somehow this batch with Kenny J and them here ain't look like police, Me ain't find them look like police at all. Them small for police. All they used to run down criminal. Look at that. Kenny J pants, your pants look a little shorter, extra short. That wasn't your size. No, that wasn't their size at all. So yeah. We are talking about crime. And we're talking about how are we going to deal with the crime situation if we have police. Who video calling me here? Police now wanting to take a backseat approach while the citizens are left at the mercy of the criminals. So I'm getting conflicting reports because Trevor says, Aisha, I joined the police service in 1974 and we was in short pants. So Trevor, you used to have your legs outside? Trevor sent me a nice little picture pop now. You joined knowing that was the uniform, Trevor? I doubt that. KB Trini said, look, they look like primary school children. I telling you, Kenny J, them look like they was running down no criminal. So the lines are open. We are taking your calls. How do we bridge the gap where we get citizens included in crime fighting and not warring the police?
As he spread out on the wall, he said, this is it, this is it, this is it, I've been hit. No time to give up, brother, no time to quit. Was the chant of a madman.
people are saying, I should just bring this man back. All you know this man on the screen here, how much or all you know who this man is? Let me see how much all you're good with trivia. Let me see who good with trivia. Over 400 people on Facebook, over 300 people on YouTube. Who is this man? Since all you know everything, tell me who's that man on the screen right there. I bet all you don't know who is that on the screen right there. I come into all your phone calls. Take your time. I come in. Let me see who could tell me who is this man on your screen as we speak. Pearl Reed says it's Burrows. Laverne Brown say, Aisha, that is Burrows. Patrice Mitchell say Burrows. Tanish Bruce say that is Randall Burrows. Sure on my screen. So far, he has a reputation of being the best commissioner of police this country has ever seen. I don't know, I wasn't wrong. But those of you who were here could have told me. Now, when he was commissioner, Trinidad and Tobago was a different place. Trinidad and Tobago was a different people. Now, we mix with a little bit of Al Jazeera and a little bit of suicide bomber. We have real terrorists here. If you put Burrows to run this madhouse now, me think Burrows could do it. Back then, Burrows used to have to run down what? Them criminals who was making trouble by cutlass and pelting stone, now they have guns. So me ain't know if bringing back, somebody says Iwer, George. It's not Iwer. It's Burrows. Randolph Burrows on your screen right now. If we bring back Burrows now, he and all can deal with these criminals we have here today. Let's see who's on the line. Caller, you live?
Yes. Burrows never used to shoot them so. When you hold them, you tell them run behind some building and kill them. You never used to shoot so.
So you believe if we have a commissioner now with Burrows type mentality, we could help this problem we going on now? Because people think Gary Griffith was similar to Burrows. Do you think Gary was similar?
Yeah, we sat about to Burrows. Yeah, we sat Burrows.
All right, so. Uncle. All right.
And here what happened? You see all the road police now, they're supposed to put them back in short pants.
Put them back in short pants?
Yeah. We better we know them now. And all of them will be all right.
All right, Uncle. Uncle say put them back in short pants and get it over with. Caller, you live?
Aisha, good afternoon to you.
Mommy, talk to me. You was wrong in them days.
Of course, I know them in short pants, Aisha Wells. Aisha Wells, policing now and policing long ago is totally two different. Long ago, the police in your community will walk around and interact with the people who live in the community, right? With their short pants on, they walk around and see how the community going. Aisha right now is a totally different. Aisha, you know that fact. It has a lot of incidents took place already with police, you understand me? A matter of fact, our good woman we lost, Bernadette James. Do you remember that name?
Bernadette, yes, I remember Bernadette.
Right. Bernadette lying with us the afternoon, the Thursday afternoon, and Bernadette was still Friday morning. I will never forget bathing my son in the sea when they passed up with that girl body going up the road, Aisha Wells. A lot of incident happened.
I could ask a question?
Uh-huh.
How did Randolph Burrows die?
I can't remember. I think he was sick. Just recently I saw his brother and all, in the valley there. I used to work at, the corporation.
Right, the brother was down on that side.
I can't remember, but let me tell you, when Burrows call you and tell you to bring in your children long ago, you have to bring them in. You hear what I'm telling you about?
So he used to come to the parents then?
What do you mean? Sending a message, bringing in the children, Aisha Wells?
And he tell you, bring your child.
Yes. He was a very good commissioner of police, to be honest. But now, long ago, and now, it's totally two different, Aisha.
Well, that's why watching.
Remember now, they didn't have all these set of guns and things now, like what they have now. No longer didn't have that, You understand? You made up see a police officer walking in your community, not even with a weapon on them, more than a little baton in their hand. You know what I'm telling you about?
Right.
But now it's totally a different Aisha. You see them kind of guns about, you know.
That is what I said. Meaning Burroughs would have been able to deal with these mad people out here now, no, mommy.
But Aisha, I think he would have handled in a different category. You hear? And I think, Aisha, I would like to see my country come back to how it is. I am telling you. But listen to me. I keep saying again, you know, I love Susan and I can afford to tell you, I can walk the street proud.
You just always say that. Always say that. Yeah, you always say that.
You hear what I'm telling you about? Aisha, we as parents have to have an eye on our children, Aisha. Aisha, listen to me. When we go long ago, when we go to school, you supposed to be walking as brother and sister and cousins. You know what I'm telling you about, Aisha?
Right.
Parents have to keep a look and take a good look at our children out here. Aisha, we go down the wrong road, and I'm saying again, the kind of weapons we have out here, Aisha Welch, it's over the extreme, Aisha. But you know, I would like to see her come back here, everybody. Each one, Aisha. I told you it's a totally different now. The police now, and let me tell you something, if I come out here, it have a lot of policemen too, Aisha. I think they in wrongdoing. Right? They in wrongdoing. So you will find that the people out there who know they're in wrongdoing will have no respect for them. Yes? Aisha, no much police I know will hold people children, carry them in the station, and call the parents, and after they call the parents, pass this for them and pass this for them, and then when they go back in the station, they just release them. Aisha have a lot of wrongdoing in the police service. And they need all the policemen them gone now, Aisha. Honest to God, Aisha, before you're getting in the police service, they have to come in your committee ask who you are, you know.
Yes, I remember they used to do that.
And you know that, right?
Yes, I know.
Aisha, all that I know, the acting commissioner of police, you have a lot of work on your hand right now. I know you are trying. Policeman are just like human beings, just like me and you know. Yeah, so it's human being, but Aisha is over right now what is taking place in the police service. Have a good one, my darling.
Thank you so much. So, guys, if all you only know some of these pictures that I found on the internet, all you're going to love to see this. You need right absolutely now to get on the live to see this. So I found on the internet, and I'm going to share it with you guys before I go to the voice notes and take some calls. Pictures of Dr. Eric Williams with a commissioner of police. I don't know how much are all you're old enough to remember who this commissioner of police is. But Robert, I might need you to zoom in this summer, boy. Let me see if I could do the zooming in here. Oh man, Robert, you have to help me here, man. Robert, where you? I'm trying to blow up this picture, Robert. Come quick, come quick. So the commissioner of police on the screen right now with Sir Eric Eustace Williams is the deputy commissioner of police, the acting commissioner Tony May, on a tour of the police stations during the Black Power demonstration in 1970. Deputy Commissioner of Police Tony May was appointed acting Commissioner of Police. Previous Commissioner of Police was James Reed. He had retired at the beginning of April, and the new Commissioner of Police, Eustace Bernard, whose appointment was to commence in June, was still overseas. Yeah, that's some history here. I'm going to pull it up and show you guys. Don't hurt your head. I'm pulling it up and showing you. I find some old pictures of police station and thing. Real thing I find on the internet. Real thing. Caller, you live?
Good afternoon. Good
afternoon.
Yes, the only how this country could come back too much of human rights lawyers defending them little boys and who's criminals. When them police do their job now, they put them inside, they don't come back out, you know. It's a tiring with them fed up. You understand? Because I remember a little boy in Aubrey. When the police talk there, they listen to them, you know. Now that different way we live now, you know. According to you, it's Al Jazeera, it's CNN, it's Fox News, it's BBC. There's a whole world there, you know. So everyone's going there now. Everyone's going to fight, you know. And them English person, they used to call them bobbies, you know. They used to be walking with flashlights Torchlight and Patrono. I remember police to be in short pants, 2008. I think it stopped under A&R Rebels. Police started one long pants under A&R Rebels. Because I remember when this boy coming to Port of Spain, he see policemen in short pants and cockhat. I remember that very good. But all the rights lawyers and them who want to spend and for them who doing things above the law, we have to deal with that because the police who willing and able to work. When you try to do something and somebody telling you don't do that, you have rights. That is what killing system. That is what killing system. First we have to deal and not with politicians now who like the television, who like social media, and the anti-government. What's going on there is no matter how much we do to try to curb crime, that people always go against it. Crime is a business. Nobody making guns in Lavin, but how the guns reaching up there?
That's right. Caller, you're absolutely correct. So thank you, Ray. I found it. He said, hold the control and scroll up with the mouse. I got it. On the screen right now, you have Commissioner of Police Eustace Bernard. Those were the days. Look at him. Right here on the screen. Well, I guess back then they were still wearing white. You know, when the little white uniform and thing. I'm going real back in time for it today. I'm feeling like I'm walking through history right now. So, yeah. I also have for you the picture of Tony May and Eric Williams at a Black Power movement event. All them time the Black Power giving the doc hell. There you go. There you go. I walk down memory lane. Ian Michael Joseph says Tony May is the man who stopped the march in May. It was a bloody Tuesday in 1975. Baron sang about that. I want to hear that Baron Calypso. Tell me the name. I'm walking through history today. All you look at things, I'm feeling like a kid in a candy store. I didn't know all of this history. I just don't know it. Just don't know it. Caller, your life.
Kitchener singer. Rain come on.
Kitchener singing Rain Wash Down the Mass in Me. I remember that.
Yeah, but in my view, I don't think it's and in my view, parents was, and I often think it's time that we parents, be police, we parents, what is the time in today's world? We parents, be police, the first police, the first teacher, the first comfort for the children. In the days of short pants or that jeep and so on. Now, I had my bicycle license. Those days we had to have my bicycle.
You're singing muffled, caller. Stay one place or feel free to call me back. Let's see who's there. You're live.
Hi, sister. Good evening.
Hey, my dear brother.
I'm not too bad. Is it Eric with you?
No, I'm by myself today.
All right. Good evening, Adina. To me, after 1990, police stopped wearing short pants.
After 1990?
Who was in 1990?
Yes.
I believe after 1990, officers stopped wearing short pants because 1990, the police wasn't able to defend the city because the only person carried a firearm, I think, was above corporal and above. Otherwise, every officer had a baton, a notebook,
okay,
and maybe a handcuff.
Okay.
Right? So,
right.
A firearm officer before 1990 was above corporal and above.
Understand.
Right? So, after that, they gave every policeman a firearm, and after that, I believe every officer started to wear long pants.
Gotcha.
Right. So, let me see again. Randall Burrows in this time? Now, that is possible.
Yeah.
Because in them time, police is alright bicycle too, right?
What you saying, boy?
Yes, it had no... Young time they used to follow alarm over a jeepney.
Oh, God.
So you're waiting in Sawa, the whole of Sawa, Bataria, between movers might have 2 jeepney, or 3 for the most. And if there are 3, 2 running. Other than that, The police might be on a bicycle, depending on which part you live in. You live in Gandhi or Mayara or somewhere, depending on where you live in, the policeman have a bicycle. A long time to ride a bicycle, as the man was telling you, your bicycle have a number plate. You have a license.
Interesting.
Your bicycle have headlight and tail light. Otherwise, you'll be charged.
Oh boy.
But anyway, yes. So Randall Burrows in this time, when you look at the crime situation compared to who Burrows calling now to say bring in a child? When the parents, because long time for Burrows, imagine they had no phone in them time, right? And for the commissioner of police to send a message to you, that means the village had to intervene.
That's right. Somebody had to talk.
Yeah, because in that time there is no phone.
Yeah.
No phone at all. The only people who had phone is the person who called the JP in your district. You understand? You guys have a phone. And somebody who have paper. And I tell them about in the 70s coming up to the 80s.
Wow.
Other than that, a phone was non-existent to the average. It was not Trinidad Tobago. All of that PNM do for you. But today, our problem in our society is because of the politicians. I shall think about this. Which part of the world a politician go to court, make a law, lock up people, and when he come out of office, he use the same knowledge that he have to take the same state that he was just defending, to fight the same law that he just passed. And get money for the people that he now lock up, that he previously lock up.
Understand.
Which part in the world does that happen? And on top of that, the law association not seeing these things. Again, which part in the world a group of people will tell the citizens, here what's going on. We want to improve the judiciary system. We want to put masters in the court on a whole 69 yards. And they say, what about outstanding matters who want preliminary inquiries? Don't worry, we go do so and so and when we reach that people thing. You know when they come out with that? A man named Brownlee. And out of that, they take out 2 clauses and give it section 34. So the judiciary, instead of that, improved. Because that was the whole purpose of the government. Because remember that the opposition had 2090 and they couldn't pass that bill. With the opposition help, they was able to pass that bill. And what they do is go in night, Independence Night, and give it section 34. And you expect the judiciary system to function. You expect crime to go down. When you have one man appearing in court, 20-something time and 30-something time for a firearm, and the magistrate keep giving me bail, you think crime could stop? No, because there are people benefiting from it, and there are people who deliberately doing it to try to make the state look bad, depending on what side of the political fence is still on. Simple as our problem in Trinidad and Tobago. The problem in Trinidad and Tobago, there are a group of people who want political office right now and doing almost, imagine that, 40 people out of 4,000, all in that they are the law association. Take the going on. The Privy Council already said that the law association and they go have no authority over the government system and the Attorney General. They can't tell the Prime Minister to do nothing to the Attorney General. So they already take the state to court, and that was already dealt on by the Privy Council. 40 people out of 4,000 take a motion to the law committee, right, to do something against the Attorney General, and because they lose, the opposition making noise on behalf of 40 people to say another 3,960 people are URP CPEP food people. Why did she fire the former Attorney General, Aisha? I have a man named Vincent Nelson, has now turned state witness. He lost the case to them. And to not to make a jail, he decided he take a plea bargain deal against the former Attorney General. And you want that former Attorney General was paying off a mortgage at almost $3 million at $40-something thousand every day. You go to Scotia or wherever bank in Sao, you go to one in town tomorrow, next day until you pay off $3 million, I shall. Which part of Attorney General talking about all the cars this one by? Which part in a minister could pay off a mortgage at $3 million in 5 years, I shall? And he fighting all out for that matter not to come up. He have a witness tampering with the man called David West.
the man in charge of the police service commission. And the former thing, and here what I really tell you that he's a good lawyer. And I am looking at a good lawyer. So they did nothing wrong with that. I told you all, 1990 I had to be going in. Join up with them. They them 2 seats. And when he done, after the coup, you know what he tell me? Moral and spiritual values. Our society has been standing and found on moral and spiritual values. Here, Mr. Manning. Enjoy evening.
Thank you so much. So I think I'm looking for the Baron, but I search it and I'm not finding it here. Something matches Baron. I'm looking for it here, but I'm not finding the Baron, man. Okay, I found it. Right, if all you want to see a perfect definition of Trinidad and Tobago's temperament, you have to be on Facebook and YouTube to see it. I'm not going to play the audio because I ain't sure if mother and father flying in these two cousins out here. But this is a video uploaded to social media an hour ago with a road rage incident. And all you want policeman to walk around with battle. Take a look at this. Regular road rage turned into drama.
And this is Timothy Watkins Jr., the Baron, recounting that famous march in San Fernando for peace, bread, and justice, which went haywire.
I have to be hero. I want to be.
So for those of you wondering what's going on, the driver in front gave a bad drive and the man jumped out the vehicle, bang up Uncle Cardo. You can see he go into his vehicle pointing at Uncle. Drive off a little way down. You know, Uncle is somebody in the back of Uncle vehicle taping here. Bacchanal traffic stop. Uncle get on the phone. I know if he calling the cops because the man pull aside a little lower down. I don't know why people who recording these things properly doesn't fix the phone. Why is the phone upside down, woman? It show you the man coming back towards the car while he is upside down. You tell me you couldn't fix that phone properly? Walking towards the vehicle here. Typical road rage in Trinidad. Road rage bacchanal resulted in Uncle car getting bang up and thing. Man going in the vehicle, pull aside out the road, walking back to the car. And I am mad with the person who is recording in the background. There was no need for this phone to be upside down. You slow or something, just put the phone the next way so we could have... Now I had to turn my whole head upside down to see the rest of this video. Well, it is record for if all you know they don't know how to use phone. So we have an ignorant society. We do have an ignorant society. How could we, tone down our police approach with these type of people out here? You could tell me why this phone upside down? Thing just pissed me to hell off. Let me get some voice notes on the inside. No, that one get me vexed, man. What's the reason for the phone being upside down, woman? All right, let's get you guys on the inside. Hold on. Okay. Get your voice notes. Right? The phone upside down. How the phone end up upside down, I don't know. What are you taping for if all you can't tape? All right, someone says we need several ingredients to help resolve the crime situation. Simultaneously, together with law enforcement, social community resources, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Sport, Ministry of National Security, Ministry of Health. This is not a one-man show. And that looking like Gary D.
I think you need to go back and check your history. All in the 80s, I telling you, I know constables kind firearm. When I was in the National Youth Team between 1986 and 1988, I know constable officers kind of time. My uncle was a police, and he was a constable. He didn't have no rank. And that was in all 84, 85, he kind firearm. I know a lot of officers in the Cuba police station, Dunstan, Terence Williams, all them fellas and them. You understand? Kind firearm. Okay, so go back and check it out. Terence Williams, Wayne Boyd, who ended up a senior acting commissioner or something. He had now too, as a constable, was a kind firearm at the Shogunas police station. Right, sir? That's it, I'm going to tell you now.
Let's take this one quickly. Caller, you live? Okay, you get your act together. Caller, you live.
Good afternoon.
Hey, how you doing, Tabas?
Oh, yeah, journalist and former counselor. Look, let me give a solution this afternoon towards crime, and the real issue is gun. Right. I believe it's time that the government call for a gun amnesty, and with that, put 20,000 on the table.
So wait 1 minute. Tabakit,
yes.
You're saying a gun amnesty, $20,000 if you bring in a gun.
Yes, I'll tell you that.
Tell me why.
If you would have tried everything in the book and it's not working, well, let's try something. But I'll tell you, with that, it's a catch-21-29. Understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
National security should be glad. If you really want to up your ante, and in terms of intelligence, what a great opportunity. And I hope that national security, I know the police service listen to your program. I hope your Minister of National Security, Fitzgerald Hines, is listening. I am saying it's time for a gun amnesty with 20,000 on the table.
Is it 20,000 for any type of gun? Because some guns are worth more, some guns are worth less. Is this a standard price for all guns?
It's across the board, 20,000.
All right.
I tell you what.
But men go bring in old thing, Tabakit. They go bring in them little old gun on them.
Any gun will kill you. And let me go there. Now, you realize a lot of these young men, they're committing crime. They're robbing people. Look what happened to our brother, Stefan Reed. And I have to try to get in contact with him. I know he lost the phone. And then I realized that, so I may have to as well go up there and see him. It's my good friend. Nevertheless, sorry to hear that. And I'm saying they need money. Understand that. Tabakit, why are you saying that? You want to encourage wrong? No. If we would have tried everything under the sun and it would have failed, I am saying let's go to plan B. I remember the last time this thing happened. Take your mind, sister. I think the deceased Ricardo Wedge and some others, they were calling for that. And I'm saying it's time that national security rethink the position. Let's go with plan B. Let's have a gun amnesty, and we put in $20,000 on the table, and I guarantee sure, sister, when you see the type of guns going to start coming in, you would be amazed.
Tabakit, so people on the live here saying Tabakit guns going for over 35 and 40,000 in the street. You cannot offer them 20,000. They go bring all kind of old rusty sword off gun. They're gonna bring old gun. They go make up gun and bring for you, Tabakit.
1 minute. I'm glad we're having this discussion.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. That is the problem done. And we need to have that discussion. We need to have that conversation. You know, we're talking all sorts of things. But the gun, that is the problem. If they don't have the gun, and as you talk about Randall Burroughs, in those days, you didn't have the proliferation of guns. And let me ask something about Randall Burroughs. You know he was the Sarabai to Dolce. You know that?
No, I didn't know that. What the hell is a Sarabai, Tabakit?
Sarabai, that was his brother-in-law.
All right.
Dolce sister was married to Randall Burroughs.
How that does what?
Yes, and then again, you see, I want to be careful where I go because people have families still alive, and we understand how this thing goes.
Right.
But anybody who is listening, like Bayataria Rowley Jr., they could say yes. Even Mommy would say yes, Tabakit is correct. Dolce's sister was married to Randall Burroughs in Piparo, and living in Tabakit those days, there was a lot of things I wouldn't say.
But Tabakit, there is not conflict of interest?
No, it couldn't be then. It couldn't be because I'll tell you why. Let me speak to that. What would have happened after it had nothing to do with it? If you are, let's say for instance, you come and you marry to somebody, But after they start doing the dirty acts and so on, that have nothing to do with you. So, for instance, Rohan Sinanan is related. Let me not go there. Let me be careful.
But how you end up in that?
No, hold on. You see, you want to go in areas and I match my brakes one time. Let me not go according to Fitzgerald Hines in murky waters. So let me come back on track with the gun amnesty. I am saying if we use all strategy and we use everything and it has not worked, well, let's go to plan B. What a perfect solution. Because to the end of the day, you might say a gun worth 10,000. But trick in trade, we want to get the gun. We want to get data. Let's do it. And let me put the icing on the cake now. The Marabontas coming for me when I finish with it.
Lord.
When Dr. Rowley was in opposition, let me quote him. Dr. Rowley said, if a government and its prime minister cannot deal with crime, that government must call election immediately. Look, sister, I am not making up this, This is Dr. Rowley in his pink and form as opposition leader.
So where you going with that, Tabakit? Carry me where you going with that.
Let me show you where I'm going with that. Now, you want me to link it about criminality?
Yeah, and
crime.
quickly, please.
Right. Now, I am saying if we bring gun amnesty with 20,000, then we would now look, we wouldn't go where Dr. Rowley had gone in 2010, 2015. No, sorry, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015. Dr. Rowley was hot on the collar then and looking at solutions for the then government to remove from office because of crime. And I'm saying, well, Dr. Rowley, Tabakit is saying, look the solution. Gun amnesty with 20,000, get them young boys to bring in the gun. Tabakit out and off.
All right, thank you, Tabakit. Well, we know you have to go, so you're out, but we're starting to believe you're really off at Tabakit. Because $20,000 in today's money, for some of them high-tech laser beam gun them criminal have out there, the math's not mathsing. Because if a criminal paying $30,000, $35,000, $40,000 for a gun, they wouldn't give it to you for 20. That is not how the street maths work. You had to go up on your price in order for them to want to give it to you, because they're going to be bringing in all kind of Smith and Wesson and all kind of rusty gun and all kind of pellet gun and thing for you. And keep the good stuff, Tabakit. So while we understand a gun amnesty is needed, we ain't sure the 20,000 may be legitly the price to buy them things. So do some more maths, Tabakit, and check we back. Call on your live.
Yeah, I still give the police and then the police. I still give the police $1,000, $1,500 for each time they bring in a gun.
So you say give police the money to find guns?
Yes.
This is Trinidad in Okola. You get them an incentive. Let me just say a commission on every gun you bring in, you get extra 1,000. Police gun might go missing, and we gotta have somebody checking the police fleet of weapons. I don't mean to laugh, but you live in here too, so you know.
Yeah.
We gotta check the police fleet. Thank you so much. Let's listen off here. Yeah, I mean, I applaud your creativity, Trinis. We finding ways to deal with it. We finding ways.
Good afternoon, Aisha. But I'm looking like Kobo in short pants. The police have to do the right thing. Bring people to justice. Not kill out innocent people trying just so. We're going to police. Aisha, show this video front. Hindsight now, girl. Or we run like a day, talking to nobody, everybody gone. Aisha, we should particularly come on up here, you know. We paying them had to go.
Something is wrong with this man. Caller, you live?
Yes, Aisha, good evening. I reached in a bit late, but I heard you all speaking about commissioner.
Right.
I just wanted to put on record that our present acting commissioner is a qualified attorney at law specializing in criminology.
Very nice.
somebody was saying that he don't know anything about criminal and policing, and he started from the scratch. He started from a constable, came straight up. So I just wanted to put that in the mix, please. You'll check my number, and let Google let you know who I am, and then give me a call. I just told him that I have it rough around the edges, but we'll continue to talk. I'm coming in the studio to see you before the week finishes.
All right, thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you. Caller, you live? Caller, you there? All right, you're not ready yet. You're absolutely not ready as yet. Let's get some voice notes in.
Tabaki told you, well, all your sweet, yes? We need to get more serious. We need to get more serious because do so police hold these guys. Who is the lawyers? Check the lawyers that defend these guys. Check the lawyers. These guys doesn't have no money, but check the lawyers that fight the case. You need to get more serious. Everybody in the law, we're dealing with the law. Come on, you need to get more serious. These police hold these guys, they take them before the court, you open 3 or 4 months. You need to get more serious. For me, because you want to shoot, you want to go on people, but you don't want to lose your life. You have to get stuck. Once a show is stuck. Yeah, I guess once they know the price they're going to pay, these things won't stop. I'm making sure I deal with you. Well, let me be commissioner for a week and see how things go change. And it go change drastic. Locked on and listening.
I look for sugar aloes 24 hours. Look for that and play that. And then tell me what you think.
I'll go look for it definitely. Let me get some more voice notes in. All right. So Aisha, them criminals will use that money to buy more guns. It will just be a revolving door. Criminals don't fear. I'll come back to that. A call came in and interrupted your message. Call, are you live?
Hi, Aisha. Yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah, I get. What about keeping was making sense? Because I said that a long time ago on this station. What we need to do is do an amnesty. But how we do this amnesty is you bring in your guns, you walk in with a proposal. Like, say, you could do, if you want to open a vegetable store, if you want to open a parlor, or if you have any skills like if you could do welding, fabricating, plumbing, masonry, you work with a plan, right? And the same money they're spending all this national security, everything, you allow the people to bring a plan, hand in your gun, you're getting a certain amount of money to start your business. According to how your business go, you could release a little fund again to see a thing, and you will get rid of all these things. People have no money. These youths are them compromised, and it is sad to see them fall along like flies every single day, right? It is not nice to see that, but how they get the money. Some of them don't have much education. Like the next thing you want. So when I work in a gas station, how much subject you need to get? Think about it. So you really need to get down and come down to their level. Talk to them, find out what it is they want. If they have an idea for business, what have them doing this crime? What you could do to better their lives. This is what we need to do. Because to see people falling, look at that guy who can shoot that with you water thing. I saw that man. My heart burned me to see that. You know, the kind of pain a man was going through. Eh? How somebody could just walk up to somebody and shoot them with a gun. Gruesome like that. We have to really start getting serious in the street. And I think, whoever listening, we need to get that amnesty going. Because we have too much of guns in this country. And we got to find out why they're using guns. Why? What's bringing them to this point? You understand? We need to get that. We need to get to know that. Otherwise, we are not going nowhere, Aisha. We're not going nowhere we are doing. You understand? So that's my contribution for this afternoon. Thank you very much. Have a good evening, everybody.
Right, so let me get some more voice notes in. It's almost that time before we go for a break and enter the last and final hour.
We have poor parenting, as the Prime Minister say. So all those who have beat up on the Prime Minister for saying that he's speaking the damn well truth. Because parents don't know how to control the damn children, and they're talking about, oh, a mother makes a child and it makes she mind. So all right, if a mother make a child and didn't make the mind, and the child came out of her mother, so it's obvious she would have known how to mold and develop offspring. Right? So it's a whole situation that needs to be addressed. The judicial system and social issues that causing the crime out of control. And then the next thing too, the guns that keep flowing in this country to and fro. The guns and the drugs. So all of that playing a pivotal part in the situation we are having today, Aisha Doctor.
Let's see who's there. You're live.
Sister.
Brother.
Good evening. Let me ask you a question, and I hear Dominic raise the same point. The man who went in town and buy was it a Range Rover with cash money? What race was he? Where he from?
Interesting. Go ahead, we're listening.
What race is he? He was not East Indian. He was not East Indian descent. His mother was not East Indian lady. And he from Pioneer driving and went and buy a Range Rover, cash money. But they want to see, and here that problem. The reason for that, because there's a fishing community. If you observe what taking place, there was a fishing community down Cuba, started to make noise about people taking the boat and throwing them off. And there was a particular reason for that. Because they had to pass a certain way to get to where they want to go. So the average poor man that all they talk, all they saying there, amnesty, Mr. Manning tried that. All they forget Mr. Manning had a conference with a whole heap of community leaders, not so? And what the opposition say? Mr. Manning having conversation with gang leaders and Mr. Manning giving gang leaders contract. And we tried that, and the opposition opposed that. Because why? What race Mr. Manning was leading with? And remember, the two baddest men in Lavantil, Ticks and Bulls, went to Caroni, and when they're done, they cut off their hand and they put them point in the stomach and put a penis in their mouth. And they want to say that my village, my community, Lavantil is bad people. Aisha, not put down the gun, don't pick it up. Don't pick it up because we ain't going away. Just enjoy it.
Aisha, my sister, lovely as usual. Aisha, I indicated people have lost the fear for God. It ain't no community and no ministry and no man and no police. Aisha, they have removed themselves from God. They have no fear for God. They take God out of school. Children making children, Aisha, and they're not teaching the children to pray, Aisha. So then how love could come in there? Have a nice day.
We having a little exercise when we come back, yeah? We in school today, get your pen and your pencil. We're going to write down what is the characteristics of a criminal. Now we know what we're looking for. At what age do you see these type of characteristics developing in an individual? And what are the mechanisms we could use to address it? So we're going and play a little game. Just draw up some columns. Remember, we're looking for characteristics that creates criminals. Right? So characteristics in teenagers and children. We're looking for how we can address it. We're going to play a little game. We're going to see how best we can identify the problem and find the solution as we talk crime when we return. What are some of the characteristics we look for in young children or in teens that can give you an indication the type of road they're going to walk? And how can we address it at that stage? We'll be right back. Simple maths. We'll be back.
Somebody putting all the bandits away. He said, if they do the crime, they're going to damn well pay. But somebody promising the human rights, while somebody threatening to put out their lights. The Montreal full with little Trinidad boys. A bullet start to whine and put an end to the joy. Now they're lying cold for their mama to mourn. The Nike gone, the gold teeth gone. You see, they want their pocket full with blue silk. They want the stack you drinking full cream milk. The little red
expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Anybody love your culture? Say yeah, yeah.
Conscious talk, where we are at and where we are going. After a storm, there is a calm. Where there is darkness, light follows. Where there is evil, good overcometh. It's Conscious Talk with Steve Antoine. Every Thursday from 10:25 a.m. to 10:55 a.m. It's Conscious Talk. Conscious Talk.
Your child is beginning to discover the world. It's time to let them explore. Clim 1 Plus contains calcium, iron, and vitamins that support their defenses, helping to promote a healthy immune system and normal growth. After all, your little explorer has the whole world to discover. Clim, your love, their future. Clim 1 Plus is not a breast milk substitute. It is specially suited from 1 year onward.
Hot off the press presents Aisha Wells' birthday bash. Come celebrate with Aisha on board the Embassy on August 13th. Boarding at the Hyatt Waterfront from 6:30 p.m. sharp. Featuring an all-star DJ cast. We're gonna have a good time celebrating with Aisha.
You're on board. We're talking about my birthday bash.
For tickets and more information, call Robert at 333-2181. Ulu at 730-3665.
It's my birthday. That's what we're talking about. Happy birthday to you.
Episodes. The Kuna Cruise. Aboard the Sea Champion, King's Wharf, San Fernando. Saturday, July 30th. Boarding 11 p.m. Sailing 12 midnight. General tickets $250. Early bird $200. And ladies, limited edition of 2 ladies on 1 ticket for $350. Bringing the vibe and energy to you. Anwar Juggler, Richard Trumpet, and Brothers in Sound. Live performance by Optimistic. Party house from Watersfield. We pass at 9:30 p.m. For more info, WhatsApp 768-8182, 706-7130 or 317-3541. Fully endorsed by Evolution Creations and Stamina Promotions.
Dr. Livette. Join him right here on your radio every Friday afternoon from 5:05 p.m. to 5:35 p.m. for your dose of the health and wellness in a program that is sure to change your life. Popular for promoting Livette rather than diet, Dr. Livette has transformed a number of lives nationwide and is now live on the Street 919 FM every Friday from 5:05 p.m. Tune in and also learn about the U-Juice to build your immunities and promote overall great health. Dr. Livette on the Street 919 FM this and every Friday from 5:05 p.m. to 5:35 p.m. It's time that you live.
Hi, what's up, TNT? This is Wayne Johnson out of Brooklyn, New York. I always wanted to do something back home, and we're going to be doing our gospel segment on Mondays from 10 p.m. to 12 midnight. That's 10 p.m. to 12 midnight on 91.9 FM. Listen what I want you to do. Spread the word. Spread the word, TNT.
Salvation, full and free. Salvation is for everybody.
Mondays from 10 p.m. to 12 midnight. That's 10 p.m. to 12 midnight on 91.9 FM.
Job Optimum Health and Wellness. Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Get your Bioplasma Diagnostic Full Body Scan. Examines all of your organs in a single session. 95% accuracy. It's painless, non-invasive, and affordable. Call Pastor Job at 350-2628, 767-1031, or 275-6300. Sick and tired of being sick and tired? Get your Bioplasma Diagnostic Full Body Scan at Job Optimum Health and Wellness.
Join Pastor Kelvin Heinerine and friends for The Way, The Truth, The Life Radio Ministry, a Church of God ministry, live on the street 919 FM from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. This and every Sunday on the street 919 FM. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh to the Father except through me. John chapter 14, verse 6. For further information, contact 686-3845, 349-5178, or 342-7303.
Good about I'm looking like a real bad.
Are you ready for that boat experience again? The Sea Champion and the Embassy say, book with us for that unforgettable boat ride experience. Sea Champion leaving from King's Wharf, San Fernando, and the Embassy leaving from Breakfast Shed, Port of Spain, or Westside Trinidad. For more information, call 399-5959 to 814723 or email us at coralvisiontT@gmail.com. Book now and reserve your cruise.
Hey, that boat, I look like it's on to
This is Bishop Aaron Williams from the Divine Problem Solving International Ministries, inviting you to be part of our broadcast on any given Thursday night from 12 midnight right on to 5 a.m. on Friday morning. And this broadcast is called Early Morning Gospel Market Program. Then we have on Tuesday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. the Holy Ghost Gospel Pharmacy. If you are sick and ailing, you can get from this particular pharmacy, from the pharmacist, the good things of life. Hallelujah. And any Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, break into the host of the Philistines. Hallelujah. If you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, hearing the babel of false doctrines that you encounter daily, it's about time you get close to God, God's word, direct from his throne room, in the name of Jesus.
God has good plans for his people. Why do you worry so much?
It's all about the fastest growing reggae show in the land without a doubt. Right here on the Street 919 FM. Each and every Sunday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. with yours truly, MC Duke, alongside Selector Kochi. So make it a date and don't be late. Rock and come in, line up, link up, creep up. You don't know reggae rock each and every Sunday. Salute God Amari, King Selassie.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Somebody going to end all this talk about race, but they can't tell me that with a straight face. Big men dying, the crime can't solve. A madman rant is my only resolve. I hear the madman walk as he lie on a rock. He said, this is it, this is it, this is it. I've been hit, but no time to give up, brother, no time to quit. A chant of a madman in this tale from a straight land. It was a chant of a madman.
All right, good looking people, we are back. Thank you for staying with us. Eric, you're coming the rightest time. You would need to exit and get a pen and a paper in the office. Well, right, you have a pen there, get a piece of paper, and we are going to write down two categories. You can, let me see them thing now. You can't write behind them thing. That the people and them thing. To thing, don't write behind that. Right. So yeah, two categories, people. What characteristics you look for in young people that you can tell they're going to be living a deviant lifestyle. And in the other column, we put how to address those characteristics. It's a simple exercise. We want to get as much participation as we can in this regard. All right? Heather Granville says in 1987, when Atwell was the Minister of National Security, this was when Robinson was Prime Minister, police stopped wearing short pants. Oh, okay. I'm sorry to tell you guys, but I was born in the late 1980s, okay? Them kind of maths, they're not mathsing in my book. So thanks for the info. All right, so you can press on this thing here. So, Eric, when we're talking about deviant behavior in children, that what are we looking at? Characteristics of criminality and solutions, right? So let's 2 columns, characteristics, next column, solution.
Right.
You know, I just go back home and look over these papers and think when I home in the night and studying crime and how to solve it, right?
All right, mommy.
Teacher, I should have been a teacher. I should have just go and do teaching. So yes, Eric, what are some of the characteristics we look for? Earl Ferguson says dropouts at school, so school dropouts, lying, hiding things, and money from parents, hanging out with negative and neglected children, staying out late, desiring things that are expensive, laziness, and the type of music they listen to.
Peer pressure is one. Influence.
So what Earl just described is a whole lot of teenagers, right? School dropouts, maybe for
probably financial reasons.
Financial reasons, or they just can't cope.
The work,
lying,
school, the workload.
Hiding things like money from their parents, hanging out with negative influence or men on the block who they grew up with, staying out late,
laziness,
procrastination, and desiring expensive things they can't afford.
Procrastination.
Look, we have Angela stealing from parents and lying. So there are similar ones. Let's look at what we have so far. We identify that some children may drop out of school because of finances.
And finances means like they have no money for books.
Right? Passage alone to go to school. Just
uniform.
Keeping up with the school system is difficult.
The normal procedure. Yeah.
But if this is so, during the COVID period, that would have gotten worse. Because a lot of children were being told that they were not on online school because they didn't have devices or they didn't have the internet.
Wi-Fi. Yep.
So we would have had a category already that we would have created.
Yeah.
So let me just put a check next to school dropouts.
Check.
Yeah, just a little marker so we know we touch it.
Yeah.
Lying and stealing.
Well, that is a whole
everybody
category. Oh God.
Because children would lie.
We all do.
They will tell you, Mommy, I didn't do that, and they did it. Some of them would steal. Did you take this? No, mean take it. Meanwhile, they good pick it up. Coming home with pencils and books that are not theirs. But does that make them a criminal? Hold on, let me take this.
I've been hit. No time to give up, brother, no time to quit. Was the chant of a madman. In this tale from a strange land. The chant of the madman is the only salvation. I say the chant of a madman. In this tale from a strange land. The chant of the madman, Lord, is the only solution. Anyway, you turn somebody chanting to we. What for we and we go set you free. Somebody promising natural law. Fly like a yogi, end all the war. Seek inner peace, end all the pain. The same woman promising to put on again. Somebody promising to run all the bread. Somebody pushing a world-class head. Somebody clean out the weed well fast. But somebody letting the cocaine pass. Somebody promised to abolish the tax.
All right. We're back. So, Chris is saying lying and stealing doesn't make a criminal. But a habit of lying and stealing can make a criminal. A habit. Every time they're looking for you, you thieving or you're lying. It can. Right? So we could put a marker by that. Tobago girls say dropouts because they're unable to understand the process, which is true. A lot of illiteracy contributes to crime.
Because it have they always say it have some who have the book sense and some who lack who have the book sense.
And the thing about it is, illiteracy is not just leading to crime, it's a language, you know. Because those who are illiterate, like their peers, they speak the same language that we would not understand. Yeah? So, Point Kumana says it's simple, bad and non-existent parental guidance. So, let's put that there. Carol says no respect for others, insisting that spitting on the ground and littering is okay and others should deal with their bad manners. So no respect leads to criminality. In her view, Pearl Reed says one of the main problems, especially in the lower income bracket, is a broken home. Daddy's not there, mommy's not there. Paradise James says Trinidad music. Oh God, not everybody listening to Trinidad music fully dance. But I understand your point. Poor music choices. So let me stick up in. Hold on, stick up in. Let me deal with what we write on so far. Eric, besides the two we have covered, what else we have on the list?
Parental guidance.
Poor parental guidance. That can contribute to criminality.
Because one, what the children see their mother and father do, they will
lack
go
of.
there to...
Because children learn what they see. So if there is not proper parental guidance, you would have wayward children. Or children who would be easily influenced by negative influences.
And they will go out there.
And they can go out there and perpetrate it on society and display it.
Yeah, what they see.
So poor parental guidance is a factor.
Yep. And you see, if you don't teach your child or your children how to be spiritually grounded, and these
so you think lack of spirituality also creates a criminal?
Because when they pray, family come together, love, affection, you nurture them from young growing up. So when they reach a certain age now, they will say, all right, well, hear this. My mother showed me X, Y, and Z. But then again, it have some children that's follow the friends. So they will be good children home, and outside is the opposite.
And then you will hear some parents say, well, I raised him well, I didn't make him mind.
My child is a good boy. And
I didn't make his mind.
So, you see that making mind thing,
lack of spiritual guidance. And Chris is asking what type of criminals we are referring to. We're referring to all.
All, in general. It's a
but what we are listing here is some of the characteristics, but you can share some because he is saying there are criminals with doctorate that come from good family. Why are they not calling those names? Look, what are their characteristics is what we're asking for. We're not labeling or bracketing any one group, but we're talking about criminal behavior.
Look,
on a hold.
Look, Mary Matthews on the Facebook live say lack of basic humanity.
And she's blaming parents.
You understand?
Here's what I think it also breaks down to. Your mindset. You see, your own mindset could either make you or break you.
Simple.
And a lot of people, young people in particular, don't know how to use their mind properly, or they don't know how their mind works.
Or they could be easily influenced, like pressured into something that they know is wrong.
Correct.
But because my friend doing it, I'm a comrade doing it, I want to do it too. And
it helps. What about social media? Somebody's saying we're not taking in a big factor. This thing is all recorded now. Everything on social media. Does social media create criminals?
Back in them. Well, it's what you listen, what you view to, what you view on, because you know everything out there on Facebook and social media is what you view, what you intake, you visualize.
Because a lot of them fully done criminals and them up on social media with their gun and thing, you know.
They just visualize, because remember,
they're promoting the criminality on social media because it gives them a bigger platform to carry out their foolishness.
Their agenda, right? And people, you see, technology have come so advanced now. For example, look in America, all them guns and all them things. And the kind of crimes that take place around the world. So they want to try that here. So they will go on social media and they will see certain elements taking place, and they're going to try it or attempt to try it, and then all that now will come back into play. So it's a whole mind, as I say, it's a mindset.
What else we have on the list, Eric?
Right? We have no respect for authority.
No respect for authority. That also goes back to parenting.
Yeah.
Because if your parents treat you to grow up with respect for authority, then you would display it. So put a tick next to parenting there. That's another parenting issue. What else we have on the
We
list?
have broken homes.
Parenting again.
Right.
What else we have?
We have poor music choices.
Gangster music, according to Gary Mahabir. Gangster music. Society is feeding us that. The radio station is playing
Every single
it.
day.
So
24. If it's not on the radio, it's on YouTube.
The radio stations are playing it.
So if they can't get on the radio, they'll go on YouTube, social media again.
But some
Social
people will
media.
also say that they grew up watching westerns, but they ain't running around shooting nobody. My father loved a cowboy movie.
Oh, God,
Even today,
Oh God, you know.
if I go home now and Tony London in the living room, he watching a cowboy
Hey,
movie.
Aisha,
It just drive me mad.
My father is the same thing.
In black and white. Where's the
Same
sense I have
thing.
a color TV if you're watching it in black and white?
Same thing, you know. Same
But
thing.
he was never a criminal.
He like Western. My father
He
like
grew
Western.
up very humble,
Yeah.
peaceful. So is social media and the music and them thing really influences people to behave bad when we grow up with parents who watch Billy the Kid and all of them cowboy movie, but them never went and act out on nobody.
But you see, it's your mind. It all boils down, Aisha, to your mindset. Your mindset and the influence. You see those two words? Your mindset and influential. It boils down to that.
All right. So if we are saying that almost 4 topics on this list we covered deals with parenting, you know, you realize that, right?
Yep.
Out of the 6 topics we have right on there, 4
It's parenting.
The only 2 that doesn't really touch on the parenting per se,
Is the lying, stealing.
and that could still pass under parenting.
Well, more or less, I watching all 6 and I say it's all can fall under parenting because dropouts.
Where your parents is if you're a school dropout.
It all was under parenting again. So you see, when people want to cuss the Prime Minister and tell him, oh, that he know what he's saying, the Prime Minister know what he's saying. Parents are to blame for their children, how the children
Guys,
act out.
that is why I wanted us to write it down, eh? Because all 6 points, when we review it, touches on a nerve that is parenting.
Parenting on the whole.
Because parents can start from the top of the list, address the first,
The solutions, right?
the solutions. At the top of the list, you have the problems. Parents can address, read the problem,
School dropout.
school dropouts.
Yeah, well, line up.
Parents can address the school dropout
Yeah.
situation by being a responsible parent,
Responsibility.
making sure that your child is in school. Once they reach the age of school, that they are there and that you do what
And
you can to ensure that they stay in the school system.
Not just be in school. Always attend PTA meeting.
Being an involved parent
Right?
in your child's
Yeah,
academic life.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Second on the list we have,
Lying, stealing.
also a parenting issue. You must know from your interactions with your child what their characteristics are. And if lying and stealing is top of the list, then you have a little problem on your hand.
Because that is breeding a criminal if you don't do it.
When we grew up, you couldn't bring home a ruler or a pen to the soul. That
Because
is not yours.
The first thing, where you get that?
Carry it
Where you
back.
get that? No, from the, watch my, where you get, from the time they say where you get, because you know you have 6 pen.
Carry it back.
And the mother, and you know every evening now, Aisha, you know when you're going home, your parents know how to check your bag, because you know if you have 6 copybooks and you have 4 pens, your mother expecting back 6 copybooks and 4 pens. You just cannot go to come home with 7 copybooks and 5 pens, because they would ask you, Aisha, where you get this copybook and this extra pen?
And you have to answer that.
You understand?
Go ahead,
And
give
it's
us
all-
the third
it's
on the
all-
list.
It's all of that's going
Third
through,
on the list.
The third on the list we have well, the poor parenting skills and guidance.
Well, that is parenting.
The
Go
whole-
ahead.
Yeah. We have no respect for authorities.
Parenting.
again.
Right, and what else?
Broken homes,
Parenting.
and the poor music choices we listen to.
Parents can also have a hand in that.
Because on the radio, when you listen to on the radio, you won't get the raw lyrics. But there's
on
always
YouTube,
YouTube.
they're gonna get it.
You understand? So what is their solution? I think personally they should probably put a cap on the usage of social media. Put a cap on the usage of YouTube.
Agreeing.
You understand?
Gary is saying we need to meet our children at their learning levels and not condemn them. And I'm not disagreeing with that.
Agreed.
That is why there is assessments in schools before they take your children. I don't know about all you, but the schools my children went to, they sat with the child
and
while they were registering, and they did a one-on-one
assessment
to see where the child was at
and
for that class.
For where they could,
If you did not meet that level, then they refer you to the class before. He or which of class he should be learning at
his level.
All children don't learn the same.
speed.
All children are not the same.
Exactly.
And yes, Gary, we need to meet our children at their levels, but we must understand what their levels are.
But you know, Aisha,
and it comes back to parenting.
You know, it have classes, not for something with mention education.
Yes, vocational studies.
Because those who score below the...
Yes, they can go to these secondary schools and get makeup classes.
I want to know how much... I have a friend, right? She has two nieces who takes part in those... I think they had started I think it was Monday. I don't know, probably Monday gone. And, you know...
Somebody said something here. What about parents who make their children criminals? Always condoning their wrongdoing. For example, when your child is hanging out with bad seeds, disrespecting their own parents, bringing home things that's expensive, not addressing it and saying things as parents like, son, go bust up their head, and hear them cussing, they are a scratch on the surface. And yes, some parents
because it have some
are
parents,
condoners of the foolishness.
There's some parents who know that the children involved in activities, and they would not report them because they're fearful of the abuse they will get from the child, the sons especially, or the abuse their daughters are going to give them.
But here's how I feel we could deal with these two issues here, and this is my opinion. You see, from the school system, if we have teachers be on the lookout for delinquent behaviors in children and repeat offenders to certain rules the school have that they continue to break, then you address it with the principal and you bring in guidance counselors, right? Not just at the school level. If it becomes an issue that the school can't fix, then you bring in the parents. The ministry then goes to the home of the child.
Because I wonder...
Follow me, Eric?
Yeah, I follow you, yeah.
Go to the home of the child and then deal with it from that perspective. See if the parent is a delinquent parent. Get involved in the home affair of the child and take it from that angle. Some people may think the state is invading in their private life, which might be that type of resistance you would get. But it may be the only way for us to deal with this type of situation that's happening. Because we can't deny that in school now, the fights
taking place
are horrible, and it's been the worst we have ever seen in history. Children killing children now, stabbing them mercilessly.
Is what the environment they are involved in around the home, you know what I mean? Because yes, teachers are there to be the social guard at that aspect for children. But then again, Aisha, it has some teachers just don't care. They're not showing up to school.
Let me tell you something.
You understand?
There was horrible rain a day I taken my son to school, the one who go in Trinity. And he got to school late. And he was about maybe a half hour late for school. We got there as 9 o'clock, school bell ring 8:30. When I was driving out the school gate, Trinity Mocha was calling me. Miss Wells, good day. Hi, good day. Your son just showed up for school. Did you drop him? Yes, sir. Well, he doesn't have a note, Miss Wells, stating why he was late for school today. Could you come up to the office? Okay. Well, okay. No problem. Yes, sir.
You went back.
Went back, and I had to give them a notice in writing.
Why?
As to why my child was late. For school. Even though I dropped him. And I confirmed with the teacher that I did. Long and short of the story is, more accountability at the school level will force parents to do the right thing, because Best believe who be in school before 8:30 now.
I
have to, because I know sir going and call me.
Yeah.
And if I didn't give him a note, I go have to go back up in the school to give him one. Another example. Exam was over. He finished his exam. I had to sign he out, me or the father, to leave school, else he would be dismissed at 2:30. Now exam done 10 o'clock in the morning. What would he be doing staying down in school till 2:30?
4 hours.
So I had to send an email. Listen to that, not a text or a call or a WhatsApp. An email to the school notifying them that I'd given permission
to leave
for him to leave. And I got a response via email that he exited the school at 2:30 or he exited at 10:30. So I, in my mind, know, okay, he left school, it'd take him about 45 minutes to get home. By the time I call home, better be home.
Had to be home.
There is more participation between the school and the parent.
Right.
Leaves less room for the child to misbehave, because if me and son on the same page, son know the time you leave and I know the time you're supposed to be home.
Then
where you was all them hours?
And you see, Aisha, that is just one aspect, because it have some parents will stick their interest of the children. Like, for example, you. Then it have others now, they don't care if they what time they reach home or I'm going with my friend, they don't care.
But all school standards are not the same. Because
Exactly.
in a prestige school like Mocha, they cross their T's and dot their I's. In a government school, they don't care if you have a note or you don't have a note. You walking in school all 9 o'clock, nobody not asking you a question. Or if they do ask you, Miss, I'll leave my note home.
And that is it.
Or my mother forget to give me one. And that is it. You are allowed to go about your merry way.
And if the principal take up action on that and call, all right, let's say if 10 children leave for school, you call 10 of those children, parents or relatives, and find out why Mary, Jane, Tom, Dick, and Harry was late for school. And then from there...
And if you are a repeat late comer,
then
I know this is a home issue. And we need to get the parents' involvement. You call twice, miss, your mother in reach, we send the guidance counselor and the ministry home by you, because some parents like that,
Yeah.
You will call them, miss, I go come, miss, I go come, miss, I go come, and they never reach.
They cannot reach up to this
Then you
place.
go home to them. The
And
ministry
find out.
go home to
And
them.
then sometime when they go home...
With a list from the school as to how many times of the year your son late.
And
so if you know you had to account for the ministry, you ain't gonna do better.
Exactly. And next thing you go home, your parent, you go, good afternoon. They're not, is that they home? They ain't home. They would have come.
And if I go as a
think-
ministry official twice, 3 times, and you're not home, then this child is being left alone.
Exactly.
After school hours, then you have a bigger problem on your hand.
And that's the
We
whole thing.
have
yes,
to
and-
police some of these parents, Eric.
Exactly. It
That's
have
the
some of them-
only way we go get this thing under control.
And you see, Aisha, it all boils down to what the Prime Minister said. Poor parenting skills is contributing to the criminal activities in the country. Poor parenting skills. And it's a fact. If you have a child and your child, all right, it have 3 terms of the year, they go to school for the year, right? 3 terms of the year, they go to school. Out of them 3 terms, how many times your child have been in school? And this is what the ministry...
And Legacy Guy is saying, and I'm agreeing with you, a normal composite school has 1,500 children, a prestige school has 8. It outweighs the charges. He says sometimes children are given notes to take home to teachers and the parents not getting it. Why not get their parents' email address? Your parent
Or a
must come
contact-
to register you.
Or a contact number.
When your parent comes to register you, you take certain information
Then-
from the parent and you reach out to the parent. You don't have to get note again to go home. Children too smart for that.
That is it. That was one of the days back in
No
the day.
to sending note home. Email.
Or a contact number. Your number change, give me your email address. Email will suffice. They will always be in the system. Give my email address.
Thank you, Carol Campbell. I'm a blushing here in the studio. No, Olia, this thing had to fix.
And it all boils down to the
Parenting,
parenting.
Eric.
The parenting.
And if we embarrass and shame some of them, you want to bet they fix it?
Yeah, that way you have to do
Or
it,
you
yeah.
put notice in the damn newspaper, I am looking for the mother of Kareem Joseph. Kareem Joseph, picture in the papers, you want to bet the mother come in the school?
That's the level that they go. But then
No,
again,
listen,
you see,
some
Aisha,
of them need
it's all
to
boys
get
now.
their head checked.
When they do this now, when they do those things now, it have the lawyers and want to pick up the task and say the government and it all boils down to politics again.
Back to politics again.
Because if you see that your child is faltering in school and he haven't been in school for X amount of time in the 3 terms, and you now put out a notice in the papers or the media and say, hey, I am looking for the parent of John Kareem Joseph, right? And the parents now will go to some lawyer and say, oh, the parent thing and this and that and
could get a lawyer to come to me while I've been looking for you for months. Look all my emails here. Look all my messages here. You have not reached out. Then you in bigger problems.
Exactly.
I might need a lawyer.
Yes, exactly, because you're on foolishness. It has some parents.
No, we had to do it.
It has some parents that encourage it.
We have to do it. It's the only way that we're going to save our children. Children, in my opinion, will be children. They will test you as far as they can put you.
Exactly, they would.
As parents, we must be the run to steer the ship. We have to invest in a proper school system in order to get these children. It cannot be that some schools are accessing full technology to raise children, and then the others don't care what happens. It's who come, who ain't coming, come. We can't do it that way anymore.
You see, no, it has one of them on the live you're saying about single parents. Whether it's single, whether it's mother and father, at the end of the day, you are
there
a
are
parent.
Single parents who did much better job than some only 2 parent
I know a
family.
single parents who had 5 children, and all 5 children today in high.
It has a lot to do with the parents' will
big jobs
of raising good children.
Exactly. It's not what you do, it's how you do it.
Give me that to deal with, and I listen. Let
it's
me
not what you do, it's how you do it.
Deal with this school situation, and we're gonna get it under the thing, because I personally will go after parents.
Because
from the time your child is a repeat offender, I come in for you.
For example, school closed now, right?
Right.
July, August. Right? Now, we ain't saying that some parents might be financial to buy the books or whatever. But it have some parents putting aside the children education to satisfy their well-being. Them don't care if the children have books. They don't. No, I ain't saying all parents. It have some will be responsible. It have some again, they don't care. They don't care. They rather take the money and go and according to zest out they self.
Let me give you another example. The system as it exists now creating criminals, and I'll give you an example why I see that, right? I dropped my nephew to school one day while he was staying up the road with me and them boys and them. Now, as you are aware, my boys went to Trinity College, Mocha. My nephew went to Mokorapo East Secondary School. They were all in Form 1 at that time. So I'm taking my Form 1s to school, and they in the back of the car and the thing. And when we got to, because I dropped him first before I dropped them, right?
Correct.
When they saw him come out the car, walked up to the gate, and was greeted with a security, with a scanner, it shocked my children. They said, "Mommy, why you have a scanner?" Because my nephew is the same age as my boys. And to get to school in the morning, he has to be searched and scanned by a scanner in Form 1. Trinity, no scanner. You drop them off at the gate. They walk up to their class. They go their way. So seeing their cousin being searched with a scanner left a scar in their minds, because they couldn't understand that other children were going through that to go to school. And I had to explain to them that some children at his school would have caused the authorities to take that action, because they were going to school with weapons and all sorts of things. So the school had to implement a system where all children undergo that. But you could imagine the thoughts left in the minds of my Trinity boys compared to my Mokorapo East nephew, who from a young age had to realize that there is a difference in how my school operates and how his school operates. You understand my point?
And the level of thinking as well. Yeah. It's factual. Because all those government schools and Aisha, all those government schools, now I ain't saying all, it have some of them that be up to our standard, and it have others, it have the school trainers want to fight the security guard because them find that, hey, I ain't going to school here, so...
But in the mind of a Form 1 who just left primary school, that never had to be strip searched or scanned to go to school, you could imagine how that could affect them.
In the long run.
Enter into that environment. Every day somebody had to search you before you get into the school compound. I'm not saying don't stop it,
but
because it helps.
And it just,
but it's just the mindset.
Yeah. Because it have some of them. No, it have some children, they come from well-mannered and disciplined homes, so they're not accustomed with this kind of behavior, that this kind of search and this thing, right? But you see, there's always take one or two apples to spoil the whole bunch. So the one or two who is delinquent and not even attempting to change their lifestyle, it overshadows the whole school population.
Let's get some more interaction. There's a lot of voice notes.
Yeah.
People really want to get in on this. They calling me, and they cussing. They say, oh, only talking. All right, let me see who they call. Are you live?
Good afternoon, Aisha.
Mano, how you doing?
Well, I'm especially okay. And to my friend there.
Miss Mano, give something I don't.
Let me say something. I went to Richmond Street Boys School.
Right.
We went up Laventille Hill, about 4 houses from the community center. Right?
I don't know if it's a radio.
Yeah. About 4 houses from the community center. When I leave school, I walk up the street, swing down the street, we had the hanger factory there. We used to make the clothes rack. Passing by my uncle, collect a penny every evening. Then swing up Queen Street, up Laventille Hill, full hotel. Pass by and you pick up some dongs, you know, the dongs, like the dongs factory, you know, still there. And you had to go out in no place and we reach up Laventille Hill before 4 o'clock. Now, within this distance, your mother could safe in a stretch coming up there, straighten yourself from that point coming up the road. And you can reach it. When you reach, you can have nothing in your bag. See what you're having, something in your bag will belong to you. The motherfucker, I had one copybook. My mother could have said exactly what happened there. Anyway, and next again, children starting to rule the parents now. They want that to go to school. They're going to school with this, they're going to school that. They want to go to school and the parents. Yesterday, I had a partner hanging by me there, just past 5 minutes. And a young lady participated there about 17. She had a child hanging on her right arm and a bag on her shoulder. So I don't say morning, but she tell her something and she's on. So she tell her, take care of the young one. You know what she said on and tell him? I make him mind do here to do it to do we want to do.
Fully done, that's what you call that.
Yeah, that is done at high play.
Yes, I may make him mind, I make him. I say my God. You see the results of that?
They are the life.
I say the age of 17, still a child, having a child. She make this child, but she make him mind. And people saying that people, that is when they bear the responsibility. Okay, I just want to have a
Thank you so much, Mano. Let's get some voice notes in.
Aisha, good evening. Wonderful topic. Aisha, this thing with the children, it's deep, you know. It's deep, you know. There's a lot of different things that contribute to how the children move in today. But age is really bring reason. One of the things that we're not paying attention to is covering the children when they're in the womb. You understand? An old man showed me something years ago that in the time of conceivement, right? Sometimes the way a child is conceived by two adults, two consenting adults, if it's just under vice and drunkenness and, you know, partying and carnal, whatever is your meditation you're holding at the time of conceivement is what you produce, you know. And that child will grow. You will be teaching the child all the correct things, and that child will grow a certain way, and you're going to wonder how them thinking so, how them moving so. I was never so, how them so. I believe in my heart that if you don't cover your children in your womb, you understand? And also your meditation, you and the mommy or the mommy and the daddy meditation in the time of conceivement, it does have a part to play in the outcome of your offspring. Right? Because it had bad boy before it had social media. It had criminal before that. Things worse now because everything is like push of a button. But you had to cover your children with prayers from the time they conceive. You understand? It starts in the womb. You know, it's just a little suggestion. Think about it. Have a great evening. Great program as usual. Aisha, that is true what you're saying, you know. That is true what you're saying about accountability with the schools and them. It depends on the school that you're going, that your child attended. Because my son was in Form 4, he was doing exams. Sometimes he might have a morning exam, right? And when he finished his exam, he can't even come home just so, you know. We can't even send an email or write an excuse for him to come home. The instructions from the principal was that you have to come for him and he in Form 4, Otherwise, I'm not allowing him to leave unless you come for him at Form 4, right? If you have a morning exam and he finish, you have to stay in school and study, or whatever it is until normal hours, 2:30. You understand? He wasn't allowed to leave. Where every school does vary. And he going to school in Mocha. The next son going to school in St. Francis. He was late once. And the principal called me, the office called me from the school and talked to me as a parent to find out why he's so late. And you know, no excuse wasn't sent. No email wasn't sent why he come late. Once he was late. And they contacted me to talk to me.
Correct.
So, and I St. Francis, boys in Belmonte. So the school varies, it varies.
So why isn't all the schools
locked on and listening,
taking that type of approach?
You see, Aisha, we have become
a classist society too, you know.
A lazy-minded, classless society.
Ramesses said it just now.
Yes,
he said we have become a classist society and we refuse to admit that.
Accept it and admit.
Because the way a child learns is by what they see and repetition breeds character. Yeah. What they do over and over again will eventually be what they do over and over again. And if they're not being corrected, then they're just gonna go through life, going to school whenever they want, they go to work whenever they want, they don't feel to go, they don't go, they dress anyhow to go to work, they dress anyhow, they talk anyhow.
And you see, schools mold children for the world of work.
Correct.
And if you depend on how the school mold you, that is what you're gonna be producing out in the world of work. You understand?
My last son, the other two boys went to a government primary school. They didn't go to a pay school. The last one, we say we want to do everything special with he.
Spoil.
Yeah, he's the last. There's no more after he. So he went to pay school from the time he was born. We prepare for he.
Pre and primary.
He preschool was teaching 2 languages. He primary school was teaching 3. So he has a convent accent as a 10-year-old, almost 11-year-old. And the bigger boys who went to government schools laugh at him because, you know, in a government primary school, you can't be talking proper and, you know.
English. What gonna do a day?
But you pay for what you get.
Yeah, the output.
So now we're dealing with a child that speaks 3 languages and speaks extremely proper. Now the school has given us an option to continue online schooling. So he doesn't have to go to physical school. There is a provision for him to continue working from home.
Online. That's really great.
He is anything to do with fix computer, get at it. Because now that he is doing school from home, Microsoft Word, Google Meetings, all these things he's familiar with because these were some of his classes. Is now I tell you he's 10,
10 years.
He'll be 11 this year.
Give him about 3 years down the road. And
but the only issue I personally have is that he's putting on weight. Because in school, break time, they're running around the schoolyard. Home, his break time is he come off, he take a lie down, he drink something, he eat something, he going back on. So it's the only movements he's having is from the bedroom to the living room to the kitchen.
And back.
And back. So I find he fat.
Yeah.
So I had to find another way to get him out to burn off some of that energy.
Yeah, you run on a weekend.
But I'm saying,
Does it run?
why can't we improve all schools
Exactly.
to operate like first world schools that some of our parents are paying huge amount of money for, and have one type of people in our society?
Exactly.
Because there is a class problem.
No, I seen Anne-Marie saying no licks in school. Well, I get it in school. I don't know about
I get
you,
real licks in school.
right? But that would have helped a point, right?
Carol says I have a convent accent too. It's a Canadian.
Aisha, good evening, Aisha. I is a kung fu fanatic from small. When you go to movies and we coming from movies and we running and kicking and coughing in the air when we don't watch karate, and I don't walk about the place kicking and coughing up people. Up to this day, they still watch my kung fu movie, and then if I do watch a kung fu movie when I'm home, my wife just watch me, and one by one thing is the whole thing. If I don't watch a kung fu movie, I don't feel good when the day reach. I could watch what kind of movie kung fu hat me part of the day.
No, someday he tell me something, he use a big word, I lie. I don't know what it mean, you know. He said something by trying to make an example, and he used a big word, and I tell you, Eric, up to today I can't pronounce the word good. I don't know what it means.
Super califragilistic.
The man bright, the little boy bright, he bright, the little boy bright.
And this is what...
Inability to read and write, and the inability to use the English language properly to express the feelings. Undetected dyslexia. Almost total absence of the knowledge of self and self-love. Absence of it.
Let me say good
Nice program, Aisha. Very nice program.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Ban Bango. He say I am lovable once again. I was always lovable.
Plenty things. Characteristics of a criminal. First of all, define what is a criminal. Because when you look at it, almost everything you could list of a characteristic of a criminal is the characteristics of almost every human being. The basic tenet to determine right from wrong, morality and integrity, is what separates a person from doing wrong and from going down the wrong road. So if you train people the difference between right and wrong, to understand that actions have consequences, it may prevent people from going down the wrong road into criminality. But in the absence of consequences for actions, once people believe they can do things and get away with it, they will continue. A mastermind in criminality don't start overnight. It takes time to develop. So you get away with one thing, you get away with two things, you get away with three things, and you continue. So everybody who breaks the law on a daily basis, everybody who feels they have to get a blind when they do something wrong, and that the police must use discretion to get them a blind because they feel they must get away from it and have bigger criminals to deal with, and them is only small time breaches of offenses that they committing. If all they really sit and think about it, every single one of all is a criminal in the making or in the waiting, because all it takes is that one to send you over the edge to do something majorly wrong. And it might be by mistake or it might be by intent. So think about what it means to be a criminal. What defines a criminal? Maybe all they might find all the answers. People need to learn to think. That's the first thing, learn to think.
All right, caller, so your voice note before this one was really loud and clear and we could have heard it properly. But that second voice note there, we can't hear anything with it. It's very soft. All right, yeah, you expect a mechanic to give us a spanner or electrician to give away a screwdriver. What does that mean? Hire some mercenaries, pay them a couple millions, give them a gang list and their lawyers too, and they will clean up the place.
Talk to them, fellas. Talk to them about what? I'm not negotiating with you. No. As I say, we have to get more serious. If you know when you gun down somebody, your life at stake, things could change.
Aisha, we don't want no gun amnesty at all because they're going to take the money to bring in them old gun and buy new ones with it. And they're going to buy guns alone. This time it's bomb they're going to buy too. So I ain't trusting that at all. Give up the gun and pick up a Bible and walk into the nearest church and give all their life to God. I would them want God.
Thank you so much. Voice notes coming in, calls are coming in. We just have 5 more minutes left of the show. Caller, you're live.
Aisha, good afternoon to you.
Hi,
Good afternoon to Eric and to your listeners.
Afternoon, brother.
Aisha, what do you think when Bob Marley say emancipate yourself from mental slavery? What do you think he was talking about, Aisha was? Aisha was when a young man at 16 years could have nothing, but his main focus is to hold a gun and get a gun in his hand, for a gun to control him, for a gun to be God, for a gun to be, everything, his world. He's studying at 16, 17 for a girlfriend or something. He's studying to get a gun so he can empower himself to be a bad man. That is also, Aisha, part of mental slavery, Aisha, because all this thing is a system that is in place to destroy our young children, right? And people may not even look at it like that, but that is exactly what it is. We could put the blame in schools, we could put the blame anywhere else. But once you don't have a strong mindset, you're in trouble right now, and not just in Trinidad and Tobago. This is happening all over the Caribbean, all over the world, right? Look, my son is 16. School on vacation the other day. You know I got a job for him last week? We're paying him $18 an hour, Aisha. No, if I tell him, and I sit down and talk to him, I say, if when I was 16, I could have got a good job where he didn't pay no taxes. When he reached 18, he could start up before 1K and do retirement savings and all this, and he get a good job. And by that time, it would be more than $18 an hour he's working for. But he's still in school. He's still in school. But instead of school out, I have him in the park where every minute in Brooklyn, they're shooting up in a park or shooting up in a playground. Or I have him just home doing nothing. Make money. I don't want your money. Your mother don't want your money. You have a bank account, work every day if you want to work, and that money is yours. And I'm going to sit down and watch. This was his first ever job. What he going to do with his beginning? Because this is where his life starts when it comes to him having a job and having responsibility. So I'm going to sit back because he see how his father and his mother does do things, and I'm going to watch him. I'm going to guide him, but I'm going to watch him. And this is the training we have to look and get, start that foundation. I mean, some people born with it, but we who didn't born with it, we have to make sure that our children understand. When a little white young boy could say, I have $50,000 saved, and he's only 18 years, but he saved $50,000. All my child at 18 years can also save $50,000. You understand what I'm saying, Aisha? But it's how we are walking there. We have to guide them along the way when they reach this age.
Brooklyn, we're getting ready to close off, but we're going to continue this conversation
in the next hour.
No, we actually go downstairs now for Hot Off the Press. So if you want to be part of the Hot Off the Press show, go to Hot Off D, capital D, press page, and click on the live. We're going to continue this conversation there because this conversation is needed. We also have a guest on Hot Off the Press today, so you guys can stay forward to that. And then we're going to be showing you guys some work Miss Tobago is doing out there as she gets ready for Tobago Carnival. So we're going to display some of Miss Tobago's costumes and all of that. So it's going to happen just in about 5 or 6 minutes. When we come down here, we go live on the other page.
I'm going to send the link to... I'm going to share the link. So you
share the link right now inside the chat before this live comes down, because we have a few minutes here. And we're going to continue this conversation on the next show. All right? This conversation is needed. It is needed. It is needed. Some parents think it's too hard to be a parent. But parenting was never meant to be easy. Why make children if you're not prepared to put in the work? Look, I have to go now, but we're going to come up in about 5 minutes on Hot Off the Press, where the conversation would continue. Eric has just posted the link inside the live right now. Eric, your name is what on Facebook?
Ado Awolowo.
Look, you see you?
No.
ADDWO, right?
ADDO.
Right, look for that name. ADDO.
The person with the orange t-shirt.
Yes, you'll see the link there.
And the shades,
go
and
like the
shades on.
page and be gone. Let's go.
All right, bye.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
He not answering. Tell him I want my money, I want my money, yeah. Tell him I need my money, I need my money, yeah. Cause I want to be rich like I live in Dubai. Everybody got to live so nice. Cause you have your money and I have mine, oh. Cause I want to be rich like I live in Dubai. Everybody got to live so nice. Everybody sing it to me, sing it to me. Say, they say invest cause your money is sure. You bring 10,000, you must get. I want to hear everybody sing it. Say, tell me my mother can't sing. Say, tell him I want my money, I want my money, yeah. Tell him I need my money, I need my money, yeah. Cause I want to be rich like I live in Dubai. Everybody got to live so nice. Cause you have your money and I have mine, oh. Cause I want to be rich like I live in Dubai. Everybody got to live so nice. Cause you have your money and I have mine. Take a dance of it. Say, don't sell your soul for money. Don't sell your whole life seeking vanity car. Money can't make you happy. But money is a necessity and I know why too important to ever remain a poor man. So tell them bring on my money for me. Shh. Tell the hard man. I'm not accepting that. You do that again. Say, tell the hard man. Ole. So nobody owe you no kind of money. If somebody owe you $100, put your hand up in the sky, please. If you wish you could get every single dollar that somebody owe you, stand up and show me, stand up and testify right now. Stand up and testify. This is your testimony. I want everybody to put their hand in the sky. If they're fed up of people taking their money and they ain't getting it back, I want all you to sing.